And it was 12 weeks ago, so the rehab's different. Check in on Chiefs social media. This was the great pass from Mahomes to Xavier Worthy. The other post on Chiefs social media is a picture of Mahomes, Worthy, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown.
I don't love this.
Saying, and the Chiefs Chiefs social media is saying, "You're welcome at Patrick Mahomes."
I don't love that.
Now you're taking some friendly fire.
Listen, I love great people work with Chiefs social media, but you know, let's not bite the hand that feeds the city, please. Like the whole, you're welcome. Like no, he finally got some, stretch the field weapons, which is nice. This is the team's job to provide those things. So I didn't love the "you're welcome," but I understood the sentiment, which is he's excited he has speed receivers now.
Yes, and I will add some statistical context, Greg. Please. That Mahomes said he wasn't having any fun last year. It was kind of like a winking thing, but he was successful, but last year wasn't fun. Here's Mahomes throwing 20-plus yards downfield in his career. Started off with 5.5 attempts a game, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Now last year it went all the way down to about a little less than 3.5 attempts and 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. Some people would call it a little Mac Jonesy, little dink and dunk offense, but it worked. So
not many people would call it Mac Jonesy because not many people talk about or reference former starting quarterbacks. But just so you know.
People are calling him Mac Jonesy. Greg, do you expect old school Mahomes to air it out?
I do expect him to air it out. I really do. And this is going to be scary for a lot of opposing defenses. Now, when you think about what he was able to do when he had Tyreek Hill on the outside and Travis Kelce roaming the middle, just wreaking havoc because of the separation and the downfield threat that Tyreek Hill brought to the table. He has Hollywood Brown on one side and now Xavier Worthy on another side. You have the speed. You have guys who can actually make plays for you down the field. That was the biggest thing. Those numbers that you put up, yes, they're real numbers, but those guys last year dropped a lot of down the field balls.
That's a good point.
Or those numbers would have looked a little different. This year, I don't think that's going to be the case. And when you have a team that has a quarterback that won a Super Bowl, in my opinion, in the best fashion, the most impressive fashion that I've seen him win one, just imagine his excitement, his level of enthusiasm coming into training camp, how he's going to feel. You talk about all last season, them basically practicing. Well, no. He's going to be playing games and having fun like it's a video game out there because he has weapons all around him now to where he actually believes we can do something special. Defensively, they're solid. Their defense held it down for them all of last year. They kind of leveled the playing field now with some of these weapons that they brought in this offseason. Obviously, the draft pick and Xavier Worthy. Mahomes will have a big year. I don't know if it's going to be 50 touchdown big year, but it'll be 40.
So can we show those numbers again? Because the 50 touchdown thing, I think is going to be hard to recapture again because part of that was how bad the defense was. They was right back on the field having to score. What I find so interesting about this is the 2022 year. Because he led the league in passing. They led the league in points. He was league MVP. And one touch, but it was, he set the all-time record for touchdown passes to tight ends and running backs. It was very dink and dunk-esque, but it was surgical. So the offense, was as efficient as any offense in the league, didn't pop for these huge plays, but it still scored more than anybody. Last year was totally different. Last year it was fits and stops, and a lot of times it looked like he kept saying we're going to get it right, and they didn't get it right until the biggest spots of the season in the postseason. But I also know definitively that obviously the most important thing to Patrick is to win. But winning more like they won in 2022 and 2019 is so much more gratifying than winning the way they did last year. Nobody wants to have the ability that he has and not be able to show it. And last year, it was a testament to how much he cares about winning that he said, all right, whatever it's going to take, I'm going to do it. But a lot of players wouldn't do that. A lot of players would say, I bet we can win doing it the way we used to and keep forcing it. He recognized they couldn't and they adjusted. But the reason I'm so optimistic about the year Mahomes is going to have is I don't actually think Worthy has to be excellent. Worthy just has to be out there. Because with Worthy out there, there's two defenders gone, or at least a defender and a half, because you have to put someone over the top. And last year there was nobody that you had to put over the top. MVS a little bit, but once they lost some faith, I don't want to say lost faith in him, but it felt like they did to a degree. Teams then, they really strangled Travis over the middle of the field, and Rasheed is going to do most of his damage over the middle of the field. So I think that the Chiefs have a great chance of being the highest scoring team in the league again. Ooh. And I think that Mahomes has a great chance of running away with MVP from an efficiency and total touchdown standpoint.
You want to, Greg, you want to play a little game of must win?
Absolutely.
Ravens, Chiefs, must win for the Ravens.
It's a must win for the Ravens.
See this, he gets it.
He gets it. Brew, if you're watching, you know what I mean? You said you'd be watching. He gets Brew. Guess what Brew said? If they lose, are they going to forfeit the season? Are they they're gonna mail it in? Or are they not going to do it?
It's a must win.
It's a must win.
Lamar, you got to get it.
Yeah, they just beat you. It's a must win.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
That's correct.
Appreciate it, Greg. We're not doing the Chris Jones story. We're going to save that for tomorrow. I know you were wondering.
I knew we weren't doing it once you started asking.
At 4:40, getting a lot of tweets, the fans demanding it early. They said they're going to watch Team USA on Fox instead. But here's our game against South Sudan. Great steal by Drew that leads to LeBron. LeBron is playing excellent, also leading the Olympics in flexing. This move right here. That's his move right there. It's always like my jersey doesn't fit.
Basically, he putting a team on his back.
Right now on Fox, we are down to Germany.
No,
why?
Going to change.
We're all in the same Fox Sports family.
Yeah, but I like this part of the family the most.
No, I like the whole family.
Okay.
Do we have an update on the score, Dust?
It was 71-68 Germany at the end of 3.
Okay. Tied now. Thank you. See? Good luck. Weird Wolves Magic Summer League. Rob Dillingham.
Why is this in the show?
Because look at this play. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you guys?
Greg, you agree with me?
I'm with you, Nick.
I mean, he didn't even dunk it. Like, this is the second time Rob
Is
Dillingham
it because
made the show.
it's later in the show?
I have an announcement to make.
Yeah. What?
I'm a Rob Dillingham guy.
I know you.
From now on. When he is crushing this year.
That's great.
He'd be like, it's Wild's guy.
It's Weird and Wonderful used to be a good collection of the most exciting moments. Now
it's Summer League.
Wild's guys.
Bang, Ohtani.
Wild to save the Snakes.
Ohtani goes 473 feet against my beloved Red Sox. Dodgers just cooked us all. It wasn't great. Red Sox play the Yankees now, so it's a nice little.
How'd Mookie do? Any good Mookie?
True story. I was up in Cooperstown. We were getting smashed by California teams, and one of the parents said something very disparaging. It hurt my feelings. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
He said, when we play teams on the East Coast, he said, I don't mean to be rude, but we don't really worry about teams on the East Coast.
And just so the audience knows,
feelings
Wild
all the way up to the major leagues.
And they were in Cooperstown. Wild's on a very competitive adult men's softball team. And they travel around and play teams from all over. And when he said parents, the parents of the players still go.
My son's
it's his kids' team.
What?
Wild is playing adult men's softball at Cooperstown.
I mean, because I can see you doing something like that.
You're insulting our softball. Wonderful WNBA All-Stars versus the Olympic team. 32 points in the second half, and these are not easy buckets.
No.
They are.
Sets a record.
She was a legitimate snub.
Yes.
From Team USA, and she took it out on them.
Yes, 32 points in the second half.
Yeah.
So WNBA All-Stars beat the Olympic team. Weird. Cubs, Snakes. Christian Walker with the stretch and the grab for the Snakes. Shout out to the Snakes. I know you've been off for a while, Greg. The only reason we're doing this is because Nick gets mad when I call the Diamondbacks the Snakes. Wonderful France-Australia tune-up. Point Wemby. You don't like that?
Why don't you show his game winner?
Because he didn't win this game. Australia won this game.
No, I know. That's his game winner was an air ball.
Okay.
Through from his family vacation. Wemby with 1 second. LeBron had a game-winning attempt. It seemed to go pretty well. Wemby had a game-winning attempt air ball.
I mean, Point Wemby is going to be a problem. Weird. The Swiss Open, Quentin Hallis with the point from the ground. I don't throw tennis in here unless it's awesome, and it's awesome. So there we go. That's a weird one. What?
Just real quick, Greg, tennis update. Tomorrow, I'm auditioning to be a